And the research shows preparing Chicago's children for educational success begins in early childhood.
What do you think about when you see this?
It's easy to set up the environment and just let the learning happen.
Oh, he's heavy, you see?
These precocious preschoolers are getting the project approach to early learning.
And if you look
Less structure,
we're gonna find that bird nest that they already built up there.
more hands-on exploration.
Squish, that's a good word.
DeCarla Burton runs Jump Smart Early Learning Academy out of her home on the city's south side.
I fell in love with the project approach as one of the tools to use because I saw how effective it was on teaching young children how to think for themselves.
1, 2, 3. And we won!
Aki Bidding says his 2-year-old twins jumped right in.
Well, within a week, they were just telling us bye. Like, all right, bye mom, bye dad, and no hugs or anything. Like, oh, okay. So it was cool. Go!
And they're learning while they play.
From the numbers, shapes, the alphabet, months of the year, days of the week.
We're gonna look for things that are soft.
For 20 years, Miss D, as they call her, has opened her home to give preschoolers a loving and supportive environment to grow. What these young minds are learning today will help shape the city's future.
All of my life, I have tried to fight for children and make sure that they knew somebody cared.
But sometimes she feels that's not enough.
I feel helpless. I feel sad. I have started turning the news off before I go to sleep. I feel that we're losing so many talented children that have such a bright future.
While Chicago grapples with violence, the promise of education as the great equalizer remains elusive.
Y'all go straight home, all right? You get your brother and your sister now. CPS system is set up for our kids to fail.
When Nina Stoner picks up her 9-year-old daughter from Metcalf Community Academy on the far south side, they walk by a stark reminder of how much things have changed in the past few years. West Pullman Elementary was one of nearly 50 underperforming or underutilized schools CPS closed in 2013.
It broke my heart.
Today, the building is still boarded up. Nina's husband calls it an eyesore and a community hurting for investment.
It tears me up because I am a West Pullman graduate. By you closing it, you tore down the community instead of building up the community.
Most of the 12,000 students impacted by the school closings were African American.
I will absorb the political consequence so our children have a better future.
But a 2015 report found more than a third of the displaced students still ended up enrolling in schools with the district's worst rating, level 3.
You close a school that was underutilized and just crowded another school, and now you're trying to hold the teacher accountable for teaching 40 kids when she had 20?
When there is a will to create something, that money is found.
UIC professor David Stovall says the district's decision to build multi-million-dollar annexes for some schools shows it's not a question of resources, but priorities.
Is it about being broke, or is it about allocating to those particular communities that have not been deemed disposable? Again, I think that's a question that we can't run from.
Stovall believes the disruption caused from closing schools has contributed to violence. Kids can't learn when they're scared, and he says safety concerns keep some students from going to school.
I want them to just be able to come into a school and feel welcome. I want them to feel safe.
I want them to get the same education that's afforded to everybody else in the city of Chicago.
From Springfield to City Hall, the issue of education funding remains unresolved.
The Chicago Public Schools and Chicago Teachers Union has a tentative agreement.
CPS narrowly averted another teacher strike last month, but the district is still facing an uncertain future. Enrollment continues to decline and the debt keeps piling up.
This is a time when we need to be investing in public education.
Teresa Cordova from the UIC Great Cities Institute says equal access to quality education is essential for rebuilding communities.
We need access to preschool education, K through 12 certainly. We've put a lot of effort into the city colleges, and certainly higher education opportunities is an important piece of this as well.
Did you notice that heavy starts with the letter H?
At Jump Smart, DeCarla is planting the seeds early. Many of these children will go on to CPS schools, and she wants them to be ready.
We try to ignite that spark that gets them excited about learning.
She is just phenomenal. They'll just bring different levels of sophistication of play.
Sheridan Turner runs the Cole Children's Museum, which works to connect child care providers with valuable training. DeCarla received the Cole McCormick Teaching Award in 2001.
90% of an infant's brain capacity is developed by age 3. So that's why early childhood is such a critical time for children of whatever socioeconomic background. It's critical for all of them.
The science is clear. It's language and interaction that build a child's brain.
The museum is building on research from the University of Chicago's Dana Suskind, who urges parents to reinforce language and learning at home.
And so what for me is most exciting about this science is it obviously is the basis of the program that I run, helping parents to understand how powerful they are and to turn it into action.
So those are some of the sounds that birds make.
DeCarla knows her young students have the potential
And I want to know about birds.
to soar.
Do you ever see birds in the sky?
Yeah. It makes me feel like I'm not as helpless as I think sometimes. It gives you that fuel that says, I can do this another year.
Come on with me, let's go.
As long as we provide the provisions to make sure children are safe, we can explore and we can do anything.
Let's look and see what we can find in the sensory garden that they'll like.
Chicago public school officials did not respond to our repeated requests to talk about inequality in the city's schools. You can watch all of our stories again online at WGNTV.com. Back to you.